Joined right now by John O'Connor. John's been with us before. He's a legal analyst, author of Postgate, How the Washington Post Betrayed Deep Throat, Covered Up Watergate, and Began Today's Partisan Advocacy Journalism. John, so much to talk about here, but from a legal perspective, I think what's confusing some regular everyday Americans is, boy, we need to win 4 or 5 different lawsuits in different states, and the odds are really stacked against us. With my financial technology background, I think if you can demonstrate a macro issue or irregularity with the software, then it kind of makes the case for all the states that used it. What do you think?
That's right. That's a big lift. If somehow, and we really need probably somebody to come out of the shadows, some whistleblower that knows about this, because the statistics on this certainly are very, very alarming. I think we would all agree how Pennsylvania went so fast from 800,000 up. And other statistical anomalies exist even within the same ward, in the same voting tranche, so to speak. I want to say it might have been Milwaukee, where things changed so rapidly once the stop. Remember when the votes were paused that night. So there's so much to look at. I think statistically, you know, there's some good guys out there doing some runs that look very, very interesting. There's this guy, Dr. Shiva, there's this Dr. Shiva who has done an interesting analysis of the 4 counties around Detroit, and how as Republican votes got higher in the various precincts, more votes seemed to be taken from Trump and given to Biden. You know, so his analysis is that there are 138,000 votes that look like they probably could have or statistically should have been Trump's. Now, the problem we've got there is that the Democrats will hire a counter statistician on something like that and say, oh no, this can be explained by chance, by random variation. Dr. Shiva says no. So we're going to get into these statistical battles.
Well, I had on a PhD, a Princeton professor. He's a PhD in statistics. I had him on the other day, and he said, you know, and I kind of fancy myself a decent mathematician. He said 138,000 votes in a row is not an anomaly. It's a statistical impossibility. It just doesn't exist as a possibility.
Well, right, and there are those places where you have these tranches of votes coming in. And what I say is, here's the real problem. That is the defense of the Democrats, which to me is almost like Senator Hayakawa said when we were going to give away the Panama Canal. We shouldn't give it away. We stole it fair and square. One of the problems with this election is we went into mail-in balloting, where the whole process was taken out of the regulatory control of the election officials, and vote harvesting was allowed. And so that's why you come up with a tranche of votes of 23,277 votes, I think, in one tranche, 100% of them Biden's. How do you explain that? Well, you've got vote harvesting. That's almost a defense for the Democrats. Well, we went out and we harvested votes. We stole the election fair and square. That's actually a defense that bothers me, because there was so much vote harvest.
No doubt about it. It's John, we always appreciate your legal analysis. I would encourage my viewers to go out there and check out Postgate, How the Washington Post Betrayed Deep Throat, Covered Up Watergate, and Began the Partisan Advocacy out there. We're going to check back with you soon. You can give us any updates on what's going on. I really appreciate it, Johnny.
Great. I'm watching this every day. The statisticians, you're right on that one. The statisticians are what's going to do it.
No doubt about it. All right. John O'Connor, legal analyst, author of Postgate. Thank you very much. You guys stay right there. We're going to keep it going every day from now until President Trump is seated again as president, right here on Stop the Steal TV.